Yeah. Jodie, I know as an adult you've had a lot of big thrills in your career, winning an Oscar. Now, if we go back to when you were a child actress and you appeared on a hit TV show, The Partridge Family.
Yes.
Now, was that a big thrill for you at the time?
Oh, yeah, I guess because it was a popular show, but really it was a job that I did as a youngster. It wasn't anything particularly thrilling. I mean, I was in the TV business, basically. I've done a lot of things. I did cartoons. I've done 3-camera shows, variety shows, stuff like that.
Okay. Now, one of your first roles in an adult film was you co-starred with Raquel Welch in Kansas City Bomber.
Yes.
You got a lot of acclaim for that. Now, what remembrances do you have of that experience?
Roller skating. I didn't really know how to roller skate very well. They taught me. That's pretty much all I remember. I remember I went to Europe immediately, first time in my life, immediately after. That's about it. I don't think I got much acclaim for that movie, to tell you the truth. I liked it, but I'm not sure. I was in it for 5 minutes. I don't think it was a big moment in my career.
Okay. Now, with Sommersby, coming off Little Man Tate, was it a little bit hard for you after calling all the shots in Little Man Tate, having to give the reins over to someone else?
No, actually, I was really looking forward to it. I was totally happy to kind of lie back and say, direct me. I think as an actress, the one thing that is hard is the working machinations of making films when you've been so involved in producing your own movies, because things happen the way you want them to. So I guess that's always harder. I think is to turn over the reins of the structure and the construction of the piece, the production itself.
Now, I've read a few interviews with Deborah Winger, and she seemed to talk endlessly about Officer and a Gentleman and what an unhappy experience it was, how Richard Gere was all moody.
Yeah.
Now, going into this film, were you a little bit aware of that or a little hesitant that maybe that might be the case with this film?
No, not really. Not really. I suppose I've seen all that stuff too, and everybody has their own personal experience with an actor. I have to say Richard and my style work really well together. He's a lonely guy. And I frankly like that, because I like going to my room and playing with my typewriter or whatever that is, and reading books and stuff. And I didn't find him that way at all. And I think that what's interesting about why we work so well together is that we didn't pretend to have to be like best friends or fast friends immediately. So our relationship was really about the work that we did. And when you've sort of held somebody in your arms and been that close to somebody in a scene, I think it freed us in a way that we weren't, best buddies. So actually, to tell you the truth, I think, and I don't want to say that we didn't hang out or we didn't talk to each other or play music all the time in the trailer and all that kind of stuff, but I like his quietness and his kind of, he plays guitar and he likes to listen to his CDs, and I like that about him.
Now, the costumes in this movie, there's one scene where you're starting to get undressed, and women in the audience were oohing and awing about all the hooks and all the buttons and all this.
Yeah.
Now, the actual costumes you wore, did you have to wear the uncomfortable stuff, or they modified for you at all?
No, it was pretty much all the same as it would have been at the time, except that you can't use old corsets and old lace because they would fall apart in your hands. So they all had to be reconstructed, old hose and stuff. You just look at it and it falls apart. So that was all the real stuff.
Okay. Now, I have a question about the Oscars. Now, you've been nominated, you've won Oscars.
Yeah.
Now, the question I have, how different was it being nominated as a child as opposed to an adult?
It was very different. The first time I was nominated, I was 12 years old for Taxi Driver, Best Supporting. I never had any idea that I would ever win. So to me, it was like the grown-ups had allowed me to come to a party that I wasn't supposed to be at, and I thought it was all very fun. I was really just an observer. I found it, interesting, but I didn't get very involved in the whole thing. To me, it was just some sort of strange odyssey. The second time was really a surprise. I never thought I would win, so all I remember is just having this big, stupid, silly grin on my face, and I just kept laughing hysterically. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like Robert Redford in The Candidate or something. I just kept laughing hysterically, and it was very different. Then the third Oscar race was also very different because everybody else that was in the movie was there too. So I wasn't alone all the time like I had been before. So everybody was there, and and then Demi, and then Tony Hopkins, and everybody got it, and it was like, I don't know, it was like being in a baseball World Series. They don't have World Series for baseball. Yes, for baseball it's World Series. Sorry, people are going to think I'm an idiot. But it was like a big competition, a big meet or something. So that was a different experience too.
Now, also with the Oscars, I had a question about mementos, because everyone knows that the winners keep the statues.
Right.
But what other mementos have you kept from the ceremonies?
Oh, I don't. I always lose everything. To tell you the truth, I lose everything. I lose my gloves. I lose my purse. Well, I don't lose my purse, but I lose things all the time. So I didn't really keep anything from it. I mean, I suppose I have the agenda thing.
Okay. Now, when actors go on location, a lot of times they have a routine they follow. I remember Yul Brynner would take paintings from his house wherever he traveled, hang them on the wall. Now, when you go on location, what routine do you follow to make yourself feel more at home?
I bring cooking things. I bring cookbooks and recipe things. I bring a pan that I like. I bring an espresso maker. I bring things like that. Cooking things.
Great. Perfect.
Boy,
Yeah.
we're going to get in trouble with him.
Enough stuff for